Happy 4th of July weekend, you folks out there tuning in to this episode of Chase and Birdie. Happy birthday, America. Feels good, Pep. It feels good just to have you and me in the studio today, but man.
Yeah, I mean, happy 4th of July to everyone. I hope that you are safe while you're shooting bottle rockets at each other. Sparklers, snaps. Remember those as a kid? Man, I'd throw those in my parents' toes. My dad's toe hairs caught on fire the one year. Today's episode is brought to you by Red Vanley. So make sure you go to redvanley.com, check them out. The two-man event is right around the corner. We are about 3.5 weeks away. The buzz is starting, dude. I'm getting text messages. Saw a bunch of people at the Moose Club the other day talking about the two-man. There's a little rumor, and I don't know if this is true on your side or what, but there's a little rumor that a Moose Club member guest invite was extended to you. There
was. It's true. Yeah, I actually got to text him back. I texted him back and told him I was potentially playing in the State Open.
And so you're declining.
And well, I'm more than likely declining.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. But I mean, I'll tell Tyler myself. Tyler, all love, baby. But the dates kind of don't match up. And if I didn't play so well at the State Am, then I probably wouldn't be in this position and might be pegging it up with you at the Moose Club. Which the Moose Club is Youghiogheny Country Club, and it's a great course, dude. You're kind of making it out like it's just the Moose Club.
No,
which
it's great. It's a blast there. I love it. We have a hootin' time all the time. The member guest is literally, which at most clubs it is the best event of the year. And I'm excited because we got the member guest Friday and Saturday, and then we go right into two-man on Sunday.
Dude, the funny thing is though, at the time that so let me just say this, in Dumb and Dumber where he's like, at the end of the scene where the bus rolls up and it's all these beach girls and they're looking for the whatever. Mm-hmm. And he's like, it's that way, and they could have used the ride, but they didn't think about it. Well, you were yucking it up with me about your member guest at the Moose Club. And I think I told you to call walks. Mm-hmm. I think I told you to call walks.
You did.
But now, looking back on it, had I not played, I should have just said, why can't I be your partner, bud? Because at that time, I was not playing in this event.
Well, for a couple of reasons. I don't think that you would have done it. Okay.
Well, why? Why do you say that?
Not that you are, but you're a little snooty.
Well, I'm not snooty.
When it comes to that kind of stuff, you're a little snooty. Like, if I'm going to take time out of my day, I want it to be a good spot. Like, dude, I'm sorry, but you got a little bit of that in you.
At all. I do not. No. Oh, dude.
And so that's why
I got a bone to pick with you.
This is why I didn't really I kind of had you on the list, but at the same time, I'm like, he's going to say no. This is stupid.
Listen, it's not that I don't want to, and it's not snooty. It's just that sometimes I need to bide my time a little more carefully. I got other people I got to think about these days. So naturally,
now we're playing a 4-day event. We would have saved you 2 days
about that. I know. And who knows, dude? Like, as of now, I am, but things could change between now and then with me. You know that. But, dude, snooty. What the hell are you talking about? I mean, I play anywhere with anyone. What is that? Well, he's showing me something on the screen.
That's that's
your championship from Pelican?
Yeah, that's my championship trophy from Pelican Golf Club. We got them in. They're beautiful. That's at the clubhouse for those of you that will never see it. Looks like.
Talk about snooty. Jeez.
B-Cats and I were 1 for 1 this year. So hopefully we're 2 for 2 because Neil Walker is my partner at the Moose Club this year.
And you might have more fun with Neil than me anyways.
Probably.
We don't necessarily get bent on the same level.
Right.
I mean, you and me, I'm talking.
Right.
I mean, we do but it was funny because I was thinking, it's like that scene in that movie where I'm like, Wait a second. Why didn't I just invite myself? Like pull a peering off and be like, dude, I'll be your partner. What are we doing? You know what I mean?
Which, speaking of Steve Peering, we dog him all the time. I do want to say congratulations to Steve Peering and his partner, who I don't know. They won a member guest at, it was, I think, a municipal place down in Richmond. Just kidding. It was a nice country club. But they won the whole member guest. They won their flight, went into the horse race. He chipped in for Eagles, so he says. I don't know if that's actually true. But congratulations to Steve Peering. Way to play, dude. And it's amazing when you play with people that you like to have fun with, what the outcome is in a member guest.
Yeah. I mean, it's spectacular to see him get to the finish line. I mean, because the guy's been sure as hell grinding on it for we know how long. Long.
I mean, my guy was FaceTiming
So congrats.
me. He was FaceTiming me with 2 matches ago. I'm like, Steve, have we not learned the other member guests that you tell me that you're leading this, that, and never pans out, bud? Like, just go play the golf. But I am glad and I am excited that he has a major championship under his belt in 2025, the year of Steve Peering.
You know, the thing with Steve, yeah, that's awesome. The thing with Steve, you know, he'll throw the blame on the partner a little bit, you know, in terms of why he didn't play great, why the team didn't do as well. The partner kind of gets it, you know, like me, he's like, it's just you, Bash. It's like, it's just you. For whatever reason, I play terrible when I play with you. And I'm like, well, Steve, I don't really think that's true, because I don't think that I, you know, bring you down, but I'm playing my own ball and I'm helping you find yours. So I don't know what you mean by that, but he doesn't seem to think that, but I'm happy for him. I'm happy for him nonetheless. And it's not easy to win a member guest, dude, which I haven't played in a member guest this year. I don't plan on playing in a member guest this year. Am I upset about it? Not really.
Yeah, I mean, you haven't. It's been, you know, the Pete Dye member guest just happened. The Pikewood National member guest just happened. You know, maybe you took a little hiatus for a few years, and that's fine, dude.
Well, I think the one that I do miss more than any of them is Pete Dye, because of all the friends and you know, just that vibe of being there, not having to leave the property. Everything's right there. You know, it's nostalgic in a way with you and me.
It is. And I'm going to ask you that we're on the member guest, because it is the season of member guests right now. What do you look for in a member guest and a member guest partner?
Well, it's someone you can have fun with, really. You know, I mean, frankly, like Steve, for example, at Pronghorn, I have fun with him. You know, it's hard to watch it from time to time, but at the end of the day, I do have fun with him. I genuinely have fun with him. I look forward to it. So I think I'm looking at that right out the gate. If I can have fun with this person, is it someone if it's someone I really don't know too well, you know, just like an Instagram buddy that, like, you know, the modern day pen pal, and they're inviting me to a member guest, probably going to say no, you know, just entering some uncharted waters at that point. Yeah, really. I think that's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
Is, can you have fun for 3 or 4 days with that person? You know?
In your favorite part of a member guest, what would that be? Is it the matches? Is it the hang?
It's number one, the matches, but then the hang afterwards, you know? But I like member guests when you don't have to leave. I've been spoiled.
Those are the best.
Because I'm snooty like that, you know?
You're snooty about that.
Yeah, like Pete Dye, I don't have to leave. I just stay there. I walk up to the tour bus and
I'll never
crash my head at night.
Calling you snooty, which, by the way, people, Brian is as far from snooty as it gets. It's just there's a little part of him about that coming to the Moose Club, and I get it, dude. You're embarrassed and all that stuff. So
I'm not embarrassed. Okay, like today, you invited me up. Well, actually, you didn't invite me up, but I was just looking for a game, and you're like, "Why don't you roll up to the Moose Club? I'm teeing off at 7:15." But well, okay, so I want to leave at 6 o'clock. Roll to the Moose Club. You know, I really didn't want to do that.
all right,
I
get it.
really didn't. I mean,
I get it.
but you know, maybe if it was 9 o'clock, then I could leave at 7:30. Then yeah, you know what?
Well, but
play.
if that was the thing, why wouldn't you be like, hey, dude, if you're playing 9, I would be there. But you never said that because you never want to come.
But I also know that you're like strict to your schedule, dude. Like you had 7:30 planned for a month and a half on whatever day it is.
I put that together on Wednesday, bud. All right.
If I would have bumped you by a half hour, your day would have been off. You'd been off axis. We'd have been looking at Jupiter.
Yeah, true.
Jeff Bezos, speaking of Jupiter and all these rich people, I mean, my man just got tied the knot in Venice. I mean, that was a little snooty.
Yeah. Did you see who the girl he married was dating Tony Gonzalez? You remember Tony Gonzalez, the tight end from the Kansas City Chiefs? That was his ex-girlfriend, bud.
And he played for Atlanta, I feel.
The Falcons, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did he play for the Chiefs? I
didn't know that. I don't know. I don't think he ever played for the Chiefs.
I got the Falcons and the Chiefs mixed up there a little bit. Sorry, fam. He played for the Falcons. Fact check that.
She kind of was like just rolling in. Like, yeah. I mean, her breasts are just all pushed up and she's just looking like, this is it. I mean, that's
those kind of things.
But I mean, everyone in the world was there, but you and me.
Yeah, apparently. But
the U.S. Open, we talked a little bit about that on the last episode, which certainly had some repercussions following the U.S. Open. Wyndham Clark addressing the media, all this, that, and the other. But what was your biggest takeaway from that major championship? And what's your opinion on how the PGA Tour structures their tournaments now? We're in the first part of July, and there's really there's one major left. That's it.
What I took away from the U.S. Open was you're never out of it. Even though you think you might be 6-7 shots, you're never out of it. Keep fighting hard. Keep playing hard. You don't know what's going to happen. There were so many elements that day that were getting thrown at different players, and J.J. Spawn just kind of hung around, did his thing, and he was the one hoisting the trophy at the end. As far as the scheduling is concerned, I do like the PGA in August. Actually, I would like it to go Augusta, U.S. Open, PGA, then the British Open. I do like the British Open finishing the year off in the majors. But again, like you said, come July, dude, majors are over. You got the Ryder Cup this year. It's a Ryder Cup year.
Yeah, and that's fun to watch, for a minute. But, and it is. The Ryder Cup's awesome to watch. This year it's in New York, so that'll be dope. But no, I just feel like, and maybe it's just time in general, time goes by fast. But man, I just feel like we were all amped up for the first major of the year. Mm-hmm. And now we're staring at the last major of the year here in a couple weeks. And then outside of that, the high marked or whatever they're called, the regular events that are signature now, I mean, that shit's all over. So I'm sitting there watching the Rocket Classic at Detroit Country Club, which looks like a phenomenal track, but I mean, it has to be like the worst participated event on the PGA Tour.
It's tough to it's fun to watch because they're taking it deep and you got to score, so that is fun and nice. But yeah, like you said, I mean, there's not a lot of people there, man. It doesn't look like a lot going on in Detroit for that event.
I mean, that tournament was awesome though because out of nowhere. Whoever the guy, I don't even know who this Aldrich Puck Gator is. I have no idea where he is, but he was out of it for a little bit. I mean, he was leading going into Sunday, but then he kind of fell back. And then you had Chris Kirk finish 22 under, thinking he's going to ride it to the end. And now it goes into a 3-man playoff between him, Poitiger, and Greyersman. So that was exciting. That was the exciting part. Mm-hmm. But I mean, watching Ricky Fowler fumble again, not make the cut. I mean, some of these other guys that you're kind of rooting on, I don't know. Ben Griffin, though, with those shades, dude. I mean, I wear aviators too, but this cat, I don't know if they're his fit. I don't know.
Well, you know why he's wearing them.
Why?
Apparently, he had eye surgery. He had a bunch of floaters in his eyes, and he has to wear them because if dust gets in his eyes or sand or something, it could really affect him. So he's got to wear like these big protective sunglasses, which they are big. And I mean, but they're protecting the next golfer over. But how about the year he's had?
I didn't know that.
I mean, he's playing unbelievable. But like you look at, dude, the big question is Keegan Bradley. He's actually he's going to make this darn team.
Well, and he should have. Yeah, he should. That was a fun little tournament. Watching him win up at the Travelers.
Maybe. Maybe he
Tommy
plays him.
Is it true that Tommy Fleetwood has never won on the PGA Tour?
Never won.
And he's made like $30 million?
Insane. It's insane, dude.
I saw that and I thought to myself, there's no way he hasn't won. He's won.
Let me ask you this. Would you rather play a PGA Tour career and win $40 million or have one PGA Tour win?
I mean, that's a good one. I don't know, man. I mean, weighing the options out here, I'm going back and forth. I'd probably just rather play for fun and never win and make 40 on the course.
You want to play on the Live Tour? That was a trick question.
I mean, that's right. Yeah, like Brooks, be in the mix. I mean, you're in the mix a little bit, but I mean, you're not winning anything.
Right.
And then this past weekend, we also had at the Broadmoor the U.S. Senior Open, which that was a lot of fun to watch, man. Potty got it done. He almost killed the guy from NBC, which was great. His
Roger
little Irish
Maltby.
rant. Yeah, Roger. Did you see that?
Saw it, dude. You know what, though? I think his whole thing was where he was standing while he's hitting shots.
Right.
And I don't mind that. I don't mind you complaining about that. Because if I see you in my sight line, like, you got to move it.
Well, but it's like Potty was just like, you just don't stand there. You just don't. And he's standing there going like, well, what do you mean? I wasn't standing. And then he just says, you just don't stand there. You know better. You just don't. That's all they were doing, bickering back and forth. Like,
right now is not a great time to be in media in the PGA Tour, as we've gathered. It's not great, dude, because I don't know if there's a PGA Tour player right now that is super happy with media. And I mean, I think it's the bigger players that are a little unhappy, but man, the media is getting it left and right.
I mean, you damn right they are. I mean, my God, between CNN and the golf media, everyone's freaking getting like just.
I mean, Colin Morikawa is looking for a caddy, but why isn't Will getting this phone call?
Will Davidson, where you at, boy? Colley's looking for a caddy. And that's another guy that just went off on the media. Morikawa the other day.
He thinks he's Tommy Toughnuts behind the microphone. I'm not a fan of him. I'm not a fan of him. But nonetheless, it's been exciting on the PGA Tour. I feel like the PGA Tour is getting a little more exciting over the last few months, more so than the last couple of years. Getting some cool finishes, and so good on them.
I totally agree. Like, I am like, if you guys are in the golf and you're watching something right now happen that this kind of inner shift of the PGA Tour. You got some of these players that you don't know. Frankly, you never heard of them. Well, they're making a little bit of a name for themselves. They're having some good tournaments, putting good weeks. You got guys that you want to watch and see succeed that are falling back. Spieth, Fowler, Max Homa. And then you got the storyline with the two top guns, McIlroy and Scheffler. But now you're not really going to see them much. So I think the PGA Tour is exciting, other than the fact that, as I mentioned earlier, watching that tournament this past weekend was, it's just, but it was good for the action, like you said.
Yeah,
they had to go
sure.
deep. They had to go deep. I think you're right.
I'm excited. The Chasing Birdies too, man. We have 52 guys signed up, and I am super excited for this. It's gonna be the largest pot ever. We're playing both rounds on Mystic Rock at Nemacolin. Pairing party Sunday night, at Fawn and Fable, and we got a lot of good players this time, man. I'm excited to see what the cutoff is. Like, I got to do handicaps now and all that jazz.
You've been putting a lot of work into this, man, and it doesn't go unnoticed. Let me just say that. So
I appreciate that.
Everybody should appreciate what you've been doing, but. I'm working on trying to get some people to take some content, because last year P. Shep hooked it up for us. We got it 2 years later. This year he hit me up. He's back and still in Utah, and I need someone to get in on the pairings dinner and get some good content of the teams. The teams we all yell when we hear the name. We pick a name out of the hat, and it's like Mike Oates, and then it's like Jared Detweiler, and everyone's like, "Yeah, that's awesome." It's like old WWF days when you had the tag team partners. But I am super stoked about it. We got Zambos rolling in with IP this year. We got John Barry bringing another clan in. Gentry's coming in with another buddy. A lot of former guests of Chasing Birdies, a lot of buddies.
Sorkin's in the field.
Sorkin's back in the mix. This is a real deal, guys. We don't play around.
This is exciting.
We like
this is exciting. And the gifts were, I mean, I'm still waiting for a batch of gifts. They're on California time, though.
I'm watching my puppy through the window just absolutely terrorize the bed. I mean, just eating and chewing his bed up right now as I do this. Nice. I mean,
So training's going well.
Training was great. But I don't know. I don't know what he's doing. He just has a little bit of aggression, dude. The other night he runs out the door, sees people, runs after them, and then they're like, oh my God. And then he just I said, he's super friendly. Just give him a minute. And he did. He just wags his tail like a normal dog, and then it's fine. But out the gate, he's a little scared of people.
And all's good.
So he barks. But I went up to Nemacolin last Monday. Adam Schwinn, our good buddy Schwinn, came in from Nashville. Crashed at my pad. You know, he's like, Bash, I'm coming back to Nashville from Baltimore.
Which I feel is that's been out of the way, but whatever.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. But you know what? I was here for it. I'm like, yeah, man, absolutely. I'll hang with you. I want to hang. So he rolled in Sunday night at like 11:30. I was in bed. So text me when he rolled up, opened the door, and caught up with him for an hour. And I said, buddy, I got to go to bed. I'm normally in bed by 8:30. But went up to Nemacolin on Monday night and played in the evening on Shepherds, which is the first time this year I played Shepherds. And it was great. It was awesome. There was not a soul on the golf course. And would you rather play in the morning or like tee off at 4 in the afternoon?
I'm like that at different golf courses. I'm a little weird about that. Like you tell me a Pete Dye or Pikewood or Yawk, let's roll in the morning. But I love those Nemacolin rounds around 4:30, 5 o'clock when the shadows are starting to cast themselves. It is amazing. It is so good.
Yeah, dude, it was great. Like I was like, shit, I need to start doing this more often. It was so damn hot though. You know, you kind of get those drinks and they got sugar in them. I don't like drinking sugary drinks. So I was like, but I was soaked. But anyways, long story short, I started swiping my driver, dude. When I tell you that my ball is going 30 yards right with a slice. Mm-hmm. I'm not exaggerating. Like that is no exaggeration. Yeah. Now, every now and then I'll square it up and hit it, but my misses, top of the head and just going. And I'm like, what the hell? So maybe I'll give Steve Peering a little credit here. I was telling him about it because he was asking me how to hit the ball. He's like, well, maybe your shoulders are open. And I was like, you know what? You might be right. So we went down to Pete Dye on Tuesday, me and Adam. Another great day. They just kind of blew the greens up a little bit, but got my shoulder square to my target line. And I hit a lot more solid, I would say. But something is still going on with the face and the manipulation of the face at impact. So I went to the range because I'm like, I can't do this, man. Like, I've been playing good golf. My irons have been good. I've been putting well. You know, I can't do this. I typically drive the ball well. You drive the ball the best I know, but I'm saying me. So I went to the range and I took my old driver because I thought maybe it's a shaft issue. You know, the shaft's so important in the driver and maybe the tip is not, you know, whatever. But no, that wasn't the answer. It was not the driver because my old driver did the same thing. So finally I'm like, dude, I swear to you, I started doing a drill where I put the ball 6 inches in front of my left foot. And I used to do that with my iron too, just to feel movement through the ball. So I started doing it with my driver. I'm teeing the ball up 6 inches, taking my normal stance, swinging, extending at the ball. I have not hit the center of the face as many times in a row as I did doing that drill. Like, boom, boom, boom. Every now and then, squeak one, pull it a little, it goes a little left. Mm-hmm. But I was hitting I'm like, geez whiz. So then I just started naturally doing it. I'm like, I'll get up to the tee box and I'm going to be the guy that has his ball 6 inches in front of his left foot. Could I do that? Absolutely, I could do that because there's something happening. I don't know what it is. You know what I mean?
I mean, it might be temporary for you, but it's good. It's good that you generally it is ball position with good players, a lot of it is the ball position because, the technique's there. But, I mean, it's always good to have another set of eyes. For me, I tend to start getting in my irons and stuff, my wedges, I tend to get it moving a little too far forward. My driver, I don't really have trouble with on that. It's always inside my left heel because part of that's my routine on my driver. But it's always good to have another set of eyes, see where the ball position is, where you're hitting it, because that makes a huge difference on if you're hitting it solid or not.
I know, but it's like I haven't changed my ball position, but what's wild is the fact that like my face where the ball's hitting the face is like super high on the face. Like my tees are just, every tee I use, I just break it. Like forget about it. There's no sweeping motion with it. So the attack angle has to be pretty steep. It's got to be coming down and swinging left and coming down on it because the ball's hitting like almost on the crown of the head. It's just hitting on the top of the face.
You're coming down on top of it. You instead of going through.
Right. And that's what I think I am doing. That's what I think. That's why I put the ball up to catch it on the up.
Well, I was just going to say that. You watch PGA Tour players, some of the better ones that hit the driver, they're coming up.
Yeah.
It's not even straight through. It's an upward motion. And that's why that the flight of the ball and the carry is so much for these guys because they're catching it on the up with their drivers.
Yeah.
And something else that I mentioned this to you before, nothing golf related at all. But I see it on Instagram, I see it on Facebook, and it bothers me, dude, like no other.
Mm-hmm.
And that is,
tell me about it.
These people that they show up to a police station and they're filming, and an officer comes out and says, "Hey, you can't be here." And then that person that's filming says, "Well, I'm a taxpayer. I can most certainly be here. Don't tell me what to do. I pay your salary." Blah, 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 blah. And the cop says stuff back and they exchange words. And then all of a sudden, all hell breaks loose. You have to be the biggest loser in the world to go do these videos and antagonize people to get a reaction so that you can do something. These police officers already have a tough day, all right? Like dealing with the public. It annoys me so much to watch these videos and infuriates me that they're just doing this to get reactions out of cops so that they can sue or get clicks or whatever. It's so stupid. It annoys me so much.
Do you know what the success rate is on protesting? Like, has any laws ever been changed because of protesting or anything like that?
When there's protesting, they just look the other way. Nobody gets in trouble type thing.
No, and I guess my point to that is, like, why? Like, I understand people have a right to express their feelings and exercise their rights as an American citizen, legally an American citizen. But I know what you mean. Like, that's just wasting your. Why are you wasting your time?
You're wasting your time
rolling up to the guy that's actually trying to protect and serve.
And this whole thing, I pay your salary. You work for me. Okay, bud. Like, let's put the camera down. Why don't you go to work? How about that one?
How about that one? Yeah.
So that you can pay those taxes.
Yeah.
They should just be like, hey, let's see if you're in good tax standing with us, and then we'll worry about this conversation.
Right. Yeah, I feel your pain on that, dude. And I know that bothers you. So I'm here if you need to vent because I'm serious. I don't know, man. The world's crazy.
It is crazy, and you can't, and everything's filmed, everything's recorded, and you can't give reaction or something, whatever. And the other thing, dude, I'm super stoked for you. You're heading out to Vail for a few, a couple weeks, 10 days or whatever. Dude,
yeah,
I have to tell you, one of my favorite restaurants is out there in Vail.
Lenona?
You want to guess?
Lenona?
Oh, man. Just get it to go box, freeze it and ship it to me.
I could do that. And, happy anniversary again to you and Summer because I sent you a picture of you two. Mm-hmm. And that was from Lenona. I took a picture of you guys having.
That was very nice. Yes.
Yeah. No, I can't wait. I love.
And what's the
going
Japanese place that you enjoy out there?
Matsuhisha.
Yeah. Walks loves that place.
Yeah. Walks knows the manager. So Matsuhisha, you can't really get a resi. Like you get a resi if you call a month in advance. But if you're calling the week of and you're like, yo, can I get something at 7? The answer is probably going to be no.
Yeah.
Not with Walks. Walks makes a phone call. Actually, I play with the guy. With Walks. We played
really?
at Cordillera. Yeah, we played Cordillera.
You gonna fish it all while you're out there?
Potentially, yeah. Looking like maybe a rafting, floating trip.
Nice.
Trip.
Make sure you wear
hikes.
life preserver, bud. I know that you...
Hikes. I'm potentially taking the skinnies. I haven't. At this point, I probably should because I'll be thinking about my driver. If I don't touch a club for 8 days, I'll be thinking about my driver.
You're going to stay open to playing, bud.
Yeah, I'm going to do that.
So, congratulations on getting top 15 at the state amateur, which gets you an exemption into the state open, which is, where is it this year?
Sleepy Hollow.
Sleepy Hollow. Love that. That was a home course of Marshall University, the Thundering Herd golf team. We loved it.
I thought Guyan was.
Guyan was our main one, and then Sleepy Hollow was our second one. And then we would play the Greenbrier. We would drive 3 hours to Greenbrier, play 36 holes, and coach wouldn't let us stay there, so we had to drive back. So, but get you into the state open at Sleepy Hollow, which that course could actually be pretty good for you. And then get you an exemption in next year at the Greenbrier. So you already know what you're doing next early June.
Dude, I played good, you know. I mean, I definitely left some shots out there, and so did everybody else. So I'm not the only one, but I left some easy shots out there, especially a 4-putt on the second hole of the golf tournament. But at any rate, I did not look at my phone one time while I was playing golf. Like, it was in my bag, dude. Straight up. When the moment I was going to the first tee to the moment I got done walking off the 18th green, I did not see my phone. And what that does for you as a golfer, it really allows you to sink into your thoughts relative to golf at that moment. So like if you hit a bad shot, you're kind of married to that thought now to your next shot because you don't have anything to distract you. You know, like if you hit a bad shot playing with someone at the Moose Club, I know you're going to pull up Facebook or something. You're going to be like, hey, Derek, did you see this last night? And then you're going to drive your cart over to your ball and forget it. But like, I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
Probably
felt good.
It did. But dude, I died so hard laughing whenever I was in Zambo's garage with Ian and Blake Zambos. Mm-hmm. And Blake can get a little extreme. I mean, Blake's a genius. He's into chess. He loves the golf. You know, he'll talk to you more about the golf swing and theories behind the golf swing than anything. But, you know, he's just in there doing his thing. He was working on his little putting drill in the garage. And Ian FaceTimes you, dude. Pep, what's up? I'm like, yo, Pep, what's up, dude? We're just hanging, you know? And Blake's in the background hitting some putts. And you and Ian are talking, and I'm sitting there listening to you guys, and you're watching Blake putt. And you said something like,
all I said was you might want to work on that grip, that putting grip.
That's right. That's all you said. Now, meanwhile, people, Blake has no idea who the hell Pepe is on the phone.
And I can't see him. I literally couldn't see him. I could just tell he was putting. I couldn't see a thing.
So he's got no idea who this cat is on the FaceTime. And all he hears is, you might want to work on your grip. I'm telling you what, dude, that set him off like no other. And I witnessed it. Who the F for you? Who the F for you? I'll give you 10 aside. Oh, is that what he said?
He told me that he would give me a shot a hole. And I said I'd take it.
That's right. He said a shot a hole. And then the famous dude, ready? Click, hung up on you.
Because he was so hot under his collar. Meanwhile, bud, I was just joking around saying, you might want to work on my grip just to get him going. And I mean, if that got him going like that, he doesn't want to play golf with me, man. Because
no, he
might
would
kill
not
me.
be able to.
He might swing a 5-iron.
You guys, well, I mean, I love Blake. He's hilarious.
He's a nice kid. I've met him a bunch, but
he just didn't know who it was, I guess, apparently. And you know what? I was out at the range once. This was earlier this spring. I'm just hitting balls, you know, and Blake comes over to the range to start hitting balls, and he's watching me hit, and he starts getting behind me, like grabbing my arm, taking me through the backswing. And I'm like, all right. And he's like, you know, you got to do this to hit this penetrating flight, you know, you flight it. I'm like, okay. But like, he's giving me one of those old school, like he's just giving me a lesson. I didn't even ask. I mean, he just got my arm back. I'm standing there. It's like he's behind me, kind of in a bear hug move, and I'm feeling like, what the hell is going on here? What is he doing? But he's super smart. I love him. I do love him. And I'm excited to see Zambos at the 2-man. But that's what made me think about that story whenever you were talking about the Yam at the Greenbrier. So I brought that up because that was a good one, dude. That was funny.
That was a good one. I kind of forgot about it. With this being the 4th of July, the big thing is, and again, not that you're snooty, but I don't know if you really like to get down with a cheeseburger, but
hey, shut the hell up, dude.
But what is your ideal 4th of July picnic plate look like?
Oh, dude. I mean, you got to go with some BBQ chicken. Mm-hmm. Couple dogs, dude. I've been on so for a snooty guy like me, I've been on the dog train lately.
What goes on your dog?
Ketchup, mustard, and sometimes a little bit of relish.
Okay.
Keep it plain. A nice brioche bun. None of those Sunny Bun shit. Just a nice brioche. I've been on a dog lately, so if there were some dogs on the grill, I'd throw a couple in a bun and eat them. But barbecue chicken would be and then maybe a little macaroni salad, man.
See,
just with a little crunch.
See, I like a potato salad. Love deviled eggs. Oh, love deviled eggs. Some barbecue chicken wings, and then I go with the hot dogs. I like a little coleslaw, onion, relish, and mustard on my dog.
Dude, that's all American right there.
In a lot of the barbecues, they don't have chili readily accessible for a Carolina dog, which is chili and the coleslaw and a little mustard and onion on there. But that's I love that. Man, I can't wait.
Now, I know you're a sucker for dessert. I know you love your big chocolate cakes and shit like that. So what are you kind of chasing down with that after you eat?
I'm like a kid, dude. I like a brownie. Well, I love brownies or like a chocolate chip cookie dough with sprinkles on it.
What about watermelon?
It's okay.
I love watermelon, dude.
Dude, have you ate this watermelon, this craze of this? What's this tataki? The Mexican seasoning tataki or something?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I do know what you're talking about. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Summer, I came home one day. She said, try this watermelon. And I tried it. Dude, out of this world. She sprinkled that on the watermelon.
No way.
Out of this world.
Yeah, that little red stuff.
Yes, in that little green bottle.
Yeah.
You sprinkled on there, and she knocked my socks off with that.
Yeah. Somehow. You probably knocked hers off too.
Yeah.
Down in St. Lucia. How was St. Lucia?
It was great, man. It was great. It was great. I got fried, as you saw the photo. So.
Yeah, you were definitely a lobster. That's good, man. I'm glad you guys got away and the disconnect.
Yeah, but I'm turning the golf game on. I played 3 full rounds of golf in June. I had a little hiccup there for a couple weeks, but I am turning it on for the Moose member guest and then going into the 2-man. So I'm going to be playing some golf. And then come August, dude, I'm back on the road, and I can't wait. I'm super excited to get back on the road and out seeing the jewelry stores. Well,
I mean, based upon the last time we played golf, B-Cats forgot he was golfing. Mm-hmm. So he's still working.
Yep.
And, we got to have a little chat with our buddy here.
We do have to have a little chat with him.
We got to have a little chat with him because
it's...
I mean, there's 2 things about golfers. Number one, when we see a golfer, we're like, what's the common talking point when you see a golfer? You see a buddy out somewhere that from golf. What do you say? We ought to get out sometime, my man.
Yeah.
And what's the answer? Yeah, let's do it. Definitely. Yeah. And guess what? It never happens. Okay. It never happens. You end up going back to your comfort zone of who you play with, when you play, and where. I see a guy at Oakmont at the U.S. Open. Bash, we got to get out, And I'm like, shit, yeah, dude, let's go. And I would. I'm all, I'm not snooty like that. I'd love to do it, but it's like, it falls apart. Everything falls apart.
Everything. It's just
get back to your comfort zone. So when I get back, it's like me, you, BK, go play. And then the second thing is the phones. Absolute awful on the course. It takes away the whole experience.
Yeah. Now, I remember when you first got our phones, we would leave them in the car and leave them in the locker. I would love to to do that sometime, because it would be amazing how much you would enjoy your round of golf. And I mean, some of it's self-inflicted too, but
Yeah. No, I know. I'm not picking on you, BK. I know you're going to listen and send us a text, but I'm not.
we just want you to have fun and enjoy the moment.
I want everybody out there who's listening, who wants to golf, to know that the phone is a huge distraction. Now, if you're trying to get some content and, post some cool shit that you want to, feel good about, then that's a different story. You do that once and then you edit it after golf. All good. But while you're playing golf, man, enjoy the moment. There's nothing better than just being in the moment.
Yucking up with the boys, smoking cigars. How many cigars did I smoke that day, by the way?
0.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're doing good.
So I am going to be smoking a cigar and maybe lighting some fireworks from the end of that here on the 4th of July. And dude, I hope that you enjoy. And I know that you're gonna. Vail's like your little piece of heaven for you, and I love that for you, because you go there, and you and I really don't even talk. I really don't even bother you. I don't hear from you, and that's good, because I know that you are calm. You're out there. You're within nature.
Yeah.
And the ice tub and the hot tub, all that stuff, dude.
Yeah.
You go enjoy yourself out there. Just eat a nice meal at Lenona for me.
I will. Actually, I'll eat 2 good meals for you, because I'm going twice. But I will talk to you, and we'll be in the mix on something. I'm sure, some baseball game or something.
Yeah.
But if you're planning on lighting fireworks, man, just don't blow your hands up. Don't do it. Mm-hmm. Just watch. Be a spectator.
Yeah.
Be a spectator. Shout out to me. Shout out RB for my t-shirt design, my first t-shirt design here. If you guys are watching,
dude,
this. What it says, swinging easy.
It's a sweet t-shirt. I've worn it probably 4 or 5 times, and I've gotten compliments every time. But I was in St. Lucia, and the one worker said, reading "swinging easy," and he said, "Swinging easy, huh?" Meanwhile, I'm thinking, this guy probably thinks I'm a swinger, because he hasn't seen the back of it yet. And you could just tell this guy was disheveled that I had "swinging easy" on the front of my t-shirt. So, but it is a good one. I like the color scheme. I like the back. Yeah. Wait till people see the t-shirt as one of the gifts for the 2-man.
Oh man, that's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one. But I got nothing else to say, man. It's always good to yuck it up with you sometimes, just me and you doing our thing, unleashing hell on each other for a minute. And, you had a little catastrophe before. You couldn't get your mic to work
and everything. So
we do got to work on that with you a little bit, man. Let's just remember it's just not that big of a deal. If the mic doesn't work, it's going to work at some point.
All right.
But
I appreciate that, Ryan.
Yeah.
Without further ado, you all have a wonderful 4th of July. Remember the real reason we're celebrating the 4th of July. Make sure you go over to Chasin_birdies. Check us out. Click it, like it, love it. Tune in. And Ryan, pass it on to you.
I love it. And if you need something to do, Nemacolin has a phenomenal laser show this 4th of July weekend. So that is nemacolin.com. A little precious spot here in Farmington, Pennsylvania. But as always, guys, we do appreciate the love and support of y'all listening, tuning in here on Chasing Birdies. And thank you to Allie, Emily, Evo at Simpler Media for putting this together. Rachel London, Jacqueline DiPaterio for all your social media help. Rachel's getting married, so at some point. So congrats on that. But
congratulations.
Yeah. But enjoy the John Deere Classic this weekend on the PGA Tour, guys. And enjoy Independence Day. We hope y'all have a blessed weekend, and we will catch y'all in 2.